Nothing Stronger Show. Today we're talking with our member, Mike Tracy from Braintree. Mike, a few weeks back, looked at me and he said, this week, 8 years ago, I started working with you at the health club you were at. And to me, that was really mind blowing of like, oh my God, how has it been 8 years? Because it almost felt like it was yesterday, but really it
Yeah.
was, three gyms, three kids and two houses ago. And I'm like, that's crazy. So I want to talk with Mike. I want to get him his experience training with me for the past 8 years. He's seen me as a personal trainer work for somebody else. He's seen me start my business in 200 square feet, and he's seen us start the business in 1,500 square feet, start a sports medicine clinic at the same time. So he's kind of see it from start to where it is now. So he's got a lot of perspective over how he's seen me train, how he's seen me coach, how he's seen me grow groups and memberships, but keep the same consistency of what to expect, so the nuts and bolts of what we do and our framework of how we get people healthy and out of pain hasn't really changed, but maybe to scale it over time to help more people. And Mike has seen that. So Mike, welcome.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
So first things first, we started training like right during COVID, like after when we started 8 years and COVID happened, we started in the basement, it was 200 square feet. I remember you were coming to me with this funky side of the quad injury that you
Yeah.
had. It's one of those things that every time you split squatted at a bridge, you just like, it was always going to be a part of your life
Yeah.
until it, right. And then we started
Yeah.
training, like getting rid of it. And you were kind of like mind blown as far as like, why isn't it back? And I'll explain like, it was hips, it was a pelvic physician, we fixed that, but just give your snippet of like, what it's like training on Nothing Stronger, what you
Yeah.
expect, what's it like being a member.
Yeah. You got it. So at first it's been awesome to see it grow. Like it's been really cool for me to meet you when you were working somewhere else. And, I remember having a conversation with you and one way or another, you were saying like, I'm going to have my own gym. Like I'm going to do my own thing, someday, if you ever want to, we can do that kind of thing. And like, I remember being like, wow, this guy's confident for sure. Like he's talking like it's going to happen. Yeah, I've just been so impressed, like to see it grow. Like you were saying, like I saw you somewhere else. I saw you in the small gym. I've seen you in the bigger gym. It's still really cool for me, even like when we're in a room and there's like 5 or 6 people there, like that's great. It's just so cool for me to see that you've scaled it up. And it's just cool to see that many people being helped at once, also in a very like individualized way, which is kind of incredible the way you guys do it. So like for me, the whole thing, like you said, started with probably quad pain, some shoulder pain going too. So I was in my, I guess, early 40s at that point. Yeah, I got leg pain, shoulder pain, and just kind of felt like the way people talk about pain and getting older is like, it's going to get worse. There's nothing you can do. It's inevitable. Like, it's just the way people talk about pain. You know, what I have learned is like moving out of pain, moving through pain, like moving, like the way you move, the way you grow strength, like that will reduce your pain, which I feel like it's kind of something I've had to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
But, I know now, like if I don't move for a week or I'm away from mobility and strength, like I'm going to feel it, which is like, yeah, part of that's getting older, but part of it's not moving. So like, that's a lot of what I've learned.
That is one thing that I think we can separate ourselves from a lot of gyms around here, that we have a templated program that's on TV and you walk in, but it's just a template. The real training is on the iPad and we can individualize those modifications or those progressions based on who's coming to us. Tomorrow we have lat pull down. 80% people do lat pull down, 20% would do chin ups. It's just a matter of like, where are you at? Where can we meet you? And how we make this special for you. But that is one thing that when you're going through your shoulder, like we knew having it in the butt so that you can get back to floor press for the past 8 weeks and crush it and get you going, feel good about doing it. But explain how like a Nothing Stronger session works. Like when you come in, like
Yeah.
what do you like most about it and what can you look forward to?
Yeah. So I come in, start to do mobility. Like, first of all, I see people who I like to see, which is good. I see my Friday group, a couple different people every week, which is also good to see new people, but it's good to see other people I go twice a week. I do Friday and Monday. I love Friday and Monday because like Friday, I know I'm going to end the week strong. And then Monday, I know I can start my week well. And no matter what happens during the week, I have Friday coming. So like for me, that happens to work well. But like we'll start with mobility, like kind of working on the floor. And usually it's just kind of everybody doing what works best for them at first. And then once people are like, have got through some of their like the mobility stuff that they've come to find like really works for them, that's when Tim will start like with some, I don't know, from my perspective, like pointed mobility or movement stuff that's going to get us ready for whatever we're doing that day, which for me is like, I get the feeling when I'm at the gym that I'm like making the very best use of my time there because of things like that. Because of like if I'm going to do floor press, two exercises before that, you're like getting me ready to have my best floor press every single time, which is great. Like I feel like that's what I can count on is like it being like that every time. And you get the prep, you get the information and the demos. The other part is like you get a demo for every exercise every time. So something I was thinking about the other day is like nobody ever assumes that you know what you're doing, even when you know what you're doing, which is helpful because there's always a demo. So even if if you're used to doing a certain movement, it's always good to see it again. It's always good to hear like the intention behind it, like where you should focus your thought or energy or whatever. But that for me is really helpful because you get, every single time. And my experience after 8 years overall, but 5 years pretty straight is like you learn stuff all the time. Like you're still learning how to do those movements. That doesn't stop.
Yeah. I think that
But
we're
the
pretty
demo and like the not assuming that people know, like super helpful for me.
that's what we're pretty strict on is like every demo has position, action, feel. Like whenever you're saying like we're made to have dumbbell chest presses, you gotta mention the position, you gotta mention the action, you gotta mention the feel. Like it's good to repeat it. Like people don't do this for a living like we do. Like, you gotta get used to saying the basics over and over again. But it's so funny that you mentioned everyone does come in and do their own thing. Like it's almost like you see like professional athletes on track and field or football, like they all got their like own warm up. Like they need to do
Yeah.
stuff feel like a professional athlete. Now we don't train professional athletes in here, but adults like to do the same thing. It's the psychology of preparing your body to move for the next hour. And people come in and you got to give them those like 3 to 5 minutes of like their sideline rotations and 990s, like something to help them feel like, okay, like I'm not just Mike getting out of bed now. Now I'm Mike getting ready to
Yeah.
move next hour. And then we slowly take it over and we throw in whatever we like, not quite seeing if we need to work on one thing more, just to really put icing on the cake before we get moving and lift some heavier weights. One thing I want to know about your strength journey is how have your thoughts on strength changed?
I guess like so I've done some version of something like strength training for like 30 years or so now. Like I'm in my late 40s, so like in my late teens, early 20s, like ever since then I've been at the gym like lifting weights. It didn't always look like it does now. And I feel like a lot of what I've learned is like it's the right form is a big part of it. And something like bench press, for example, like you might think you have the right form and then just do that for 17 years, for example.
So what you're
And
saying that it's different training than Bridgewater State.
it's yeah, different than yeah, Bridgewater Fitness, right? Very much, yeah. But like that was just like, as heavy as you can lift, because that was like we're in our, early 20s. So like as heavy as you can lift, bench, buys, tries, that's about it. Really. Who needs more than that?
Exactly. There's nothing more to train.
Yeah.
One thing you previously said was that you haven't come in like very consistent for like 5 years. Like I think it's going to be the accountability of having the appointment and showing up. But like, how do you like? This is a very common thing when people are I'm on phone calls with them or I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
How do you stay motivated to come 2 times a week? Like you're like money, like Monday and Friday, you are there like clockwork. Like what is in the back of your head that's getting you to the gym every single Monday and Friday?
I feel like right now I'm at the point where I don't even think about it. Like now it's automatic.
Yeah,
Unless I don't go. And if I don't go, I'm not happy. And I don't feel good. But I think that's the biggest thing is knowing that like, I'm a week and a half or 2 weeks away from being in pain, basically, with
yeah.
like without keeping up with strength, without keeping up the movement and stuff because I can feel I feel better. I feel like trying to think of the best way to say it. Even if I'm walking, like if I'm walking uphill, like I just feel like things are working better. Like everything's working better together. And I know if I drop off the strength training for a week or two or, a couple sessions, like I'm gonna feel it. So I think that's the biggest motivation is like I've gone back and forth. Like I've done some strength training, felt better and stopped, and I know how that goes. So I think that's what's keeping me from stopping, I guess.
I think that's one of the biggest things about like training active adults is that you see that shift when they've known they've done something great for their health, for their longevity, for their strength, is that when they start missing the gym, that's when the aches and pains show up. It's not when you're at the gym because like you should always see the gym feeling better. Like no matter
Yeah.
what. Like if you have back pain, if you have shoulder pain, like it doesn't matter what you have. Like there's a way to train around that so you feel better. It's like it's when that consistent adult goes on vacation for a week, they come back and they feel like they're breaking apart like hard clay. And it's just like, yeah, because your body's so used to the movements, they're used to the preparation of strength training. And when you don't give the body that resource, it's like, well, why are you not moving? Why are you not going? So I
Yeah.
think that that's a tremendous sign in like you're doing something right when you are stagnant and the body's now sore, when it's stagnant, now when it's developing strength.
Yeah. Right.
What's one thing like if somebody is like on the fence and they think about strength training, they know it's important for their life. They know it's important for them to feel better, but they have hesitations about joining the gym. Like, what would you tell that person?
Yeah. So first there's strength training and all the reasons to do it. And like for me, the big thing is, like I said before, staying out of pain. So like if you're not sure if you should do strength training, like it's been the best thing for me to stay out of pain. As far as your gym in particular, I've never been to a gym like it. It's inclusive, it's professional, it's relaxed, it pushes you like all at the same time. Like it's just a really great combination of all the right stuff. And like the way I say it to people about your gym is like, I feel like it's the very best way to spend my time exercise wise. Like, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. Like, I think the way I've said it before is like, if I was like drafted by the Patriots and I spent an hour with them in their strength room, like, I don't think they could do more for me than you guys do because I just know I'm getting like the best, being put in the best position to get stronger and to stay healthy. So that's great.
That call comes, we're putting that Tracy Patriots jersey up on the walls.
Yeah, just yeah, throw it
No,
up there.
honestly, like,
But really, like, I don't feel like a real like I feel like I'm getting the same level of training for the time I'm there as I would with like a professional like sports team staff. And I feel like you guys do the same level of stuff. So
that's in it's funny that you say that, and I really appreciate those kind words that we try to get as close to that mark as we can. Like we have, a doctor of athletic training with sports med. We have a director of athlete development here, and we have myself who's like the head coach, and we communicate as a team. Like it's always communication, whether it's modified members or it's rehab or it's like the training program. We want people to feel like they're walking into like a D1 environment. It's like a professional team environment. It's like if you have shoulder pain, like we have someone that can help. If you have knee pain or just had knee replacement, like we have someone that can help you. And that's where it's at that multidisciplinary practice that we have here that can answer really any healthcare question you have. And if we can't, we know the people to go to help. So it definitely like warms my heart for you to say that because I'm like, that's the target, right? And it's been great to see people recognize that and to hear that. So I appreciate saying that. But no, Mike, this is awesome. I appreciate coming on the pod to talk about it. We love having the whole Tracy family here. But appreciate all the support and everything, and just you guys being a part of what we're trying to build.
yeah, you got it, Tim. Thanks for everything.
All right.